If there ever was a team that mirrored the Colorado Buffaloes, it would be the Washington State Cougars. They have had damn near the exact same kind of season. Started out hot and then the bottom fell out of the season. But you're in the right place. We're here to talk about the upcoming game. It's on a Friday night, actually, between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Washington State Cougars. It'll be a nighttime game. I think it's 9:30 my time, so it's going to be on super late. It's going to be at Washington State Stadium in Pullman. So one of the things that I love about Coach Prime's new job is access. As far as new interviews are always uploaded, so he does like a weekly interview every week, and he basically said all the things I saw in the research. They do a lot of the same things. With Washington State, Cameron Ward, they use their quarterback in a way where they're throwing the ball. They're not looking to run the ball. It is not going to be one of those kind of games. So I expect it'll be an offensive heavy kind of game, which kind of goes right into the defense for Colorado, which I'm going to get to in the game plan, because their strength on defense, especially throughout the game, is in the defensive backfield. They finally got a chance to limit explosive plays and be advantageous. They're up there in the leaders for taking the ball away for turnovers, and a lot of that has to do with interceptions. They're ball hawks and forcing fumbles, whether that's Shiloh, whether that's Travis Hunter, whether that's Cameron getting interceptions, getting their hands on the ball, and recovering fumbles. But one of the things that I love about his interviews are what he sees and what is coming against, what they're going against. And he wants a complete game plan of offense showing up, defense showing up, special teams showing up. If they do that, they plan on winning. Now, I think the Colorado Buffaloes are going to win this game. I think the last time I checked, the Cougars are a 5-point favorite at home, but I just don't see it. But okay, let's break it down. Washington State is all offense. They can't run the ball, much like Colorado, so they're going to be throwing the ball. It's going to be a shootout. Now, they started the season hot. They put up 50 points on Colorado State, and that's not even their highest output. Their highest output was against Northern Colorado. That was 64 points. I don't really count that. It wasn't like competition. But my point is they can score. They can score. The next week they beat Wisconsin, which is a decent team, 31 points. And they beat Oregon State earlier this year. They scored 38 points in that matchup. From that moment on, they were nationally ranked. They were 4-0, talking the heaviest of shit. And when I tell you the bottom fell out of the season, they played UCLA. They put up 17 points. They're 4-1. Then they played Arizona and got housed. Arizona put up 44 points. A team that just barely beat Colorado put up 44 points on Washington State. And from there, they've just been reeling. They've lost to Arizona State and only put up 27 points. And I think the worst part of the season, the bottom part of the season, was them playing Stanford. They lost to Stanford 2 weeks ago, 10-7. That was not an offensive juggernaut. I gotta check. Maybe that was a rain game or something. That's just wild. That's their lowest output, and Stanford's lowest output, I think, on the season as well. So maybe that got rained out. I don't know. But the next week, they scored 39 points in a loss to California in a shootout, 42-39, which brings them to Colorado. Both teams are on a long-ass losing streak, and it's going to be up to whichever team to break that streak. Now, I want to tell you how Colorado can break that streak. Okay, let's get into the game plan. We all know you can try to run the ball if you want. We're not going to be doing that in this game. We're going to be throwing it. Of course, we're going to keep, Shedeur upright. So the Colorado's biggest, to me, strength is them being able to defend against the pass. If they can get ahead on the turnovers, just like they've been doing in the past 3 weeks, defense shows up in the first half, I really think this team will buckle and pack it in. They're not going to do a Stanford thing. They're not going to be a second half team on this. I think that last week was their last hurrah against California. And if you get up on this team, it'll be an easy night. You can go ahead and hopefully, hold them off in the second half and get your win and get ready for the last game of the season against Utah. And to me, the defensive backfield has to show up. They have to press on receivers. They have to frustrate Cameron Ward, who's a bit of a smaller quarterback, and jump those lanes. Get hands up if you're a defensive line, because the ball's going to come out quick. I don't think you're going to have a lot of opportunities to sack Cameron unless he holds on to the ball a little too long, much like Shedeur. If they can get to him, get their hands up, get some turnovers, I think that is a big first step. Number 2, Colorado, y'all got to score. I mean, you can't get in the red zone and then fall back. That's just not what's going to be able to happen. And third, last but not least, have fun. To me, this Buffalo's team has been way too tight for the last few weeks. They've been so concerned about winning and getting up for big games. I think they've lost the fun in everything. Run a few trick plays, do something for the kids that'll make them actually enjoy their experience, because I don't think they've enjoyed playing football for the last few weeks with so much pressure. So they do all those things, they should be right there to win the ball game, and they'll be 5-6 on the year.